Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity and Cowboy Wisdom Podcast, presenting 7 ways why life is unrehearsed, uneducated, and unexperienced. As I now realize, I opened the way for me to experience it because there's no images or anything for it. So as I open up to understand, the more I try to think and know my way through the present moment, the more I become stuck in yesterday. So as I move forward in life, I understand that life will go on because being just uneducated and unrehearsed, it takes all new stuff to move forward. So as I wake up to this, I awaken to understand this. I stop being harassed by myself. See, everything in life is done within us, and we really just become what it is. But we open up to understand life is unrehearsed and uneducated and unexplained, and it's just a whole lot of stuff. But we try to put our thinking, knowing mind into it, we become binded in yesterday. So today, we're going to talk about rising through the unrehearsed and uneducated way of life. And as we're here now is unrehearsed, how liberated do you feel realizing and admiring your present? The here and now is unrehearsed, uneducated, unexplained, and unexperienced. Opens the way for you to feel the free flowing energy. When I say life is unexperienced, uneducated, when something happens, we get it to right here. And then as soon as we enter in with our thinking, knowing, memory, mind, and everything we always done, it becomes an event, an encounter. We never allow ourselves time to question the event. We always go into I do. I used to go into the panic, fanatic, the drama, the trauma, and all the subconscious mind, frozen in time emotions, the feelings, everything that was stimulated my memorized reactions. But the here and now, right here, our life today is being trying to be controlled by education, business, and all that. But yet, how's the world stay the same? Because we've never allowed ourselves to understand the present moment is uneducated, unrehearsed, unexplained, and then unexperienced events, encounters, and experiences. It's not everywhere there. So when we open up to understand the present moment is actually is just a featureless canvas of your desired lifestyle, but it's up to you to paint it, color it, design it, and do everything you want. But we try to bring our college educated minds, our educated minds in here, and our thinking, and all of our memories. Then we become in the box. We don't see what's going on. See, trauma and drama are subconscious mind frozen representations from your previous life experiences. And the past, I just really is kind of unique. We think it happened yesterday, but when you have a past event or a memory come up, it's stimulated by something right here. It's stimulated by today. It's in this moment. But we are used to saying it happened in the past. No, it was activated in the present moment. So you actually expand out of your past and present moment experiences. That awakens you to understand it's unrehearsed. It's like take a hurricane or a natural disaster. That's an unrehearsed, uneducated, unexperienced, and unexplained encounter with life. However, the fight, flight, and freeze mode takes us to safety. But when we're all done with the event and we come into the cleanup, how do we go into what we've always done? And that's where, as soon as the cleanup begins, that's the uneducated, unexplained, unrehearsed, unexperienced events, encounters, and the out of everywhere there to rise out of which we've always done. And how is the world stuck in what we've always done? Hell, I got to admit it, I still do, but I'm more open to realizing when I'm doing it to stop reacting to life the same way. You know, life is fun. Life is fun every day. That's what life says. Life is fun every day. It's liberating and invitation, fostering enterprising lyrical innovation, fostering enterprising wizardry. It's the festivals of life occur in the chaos. How is the chaos, the challenges, the unsavory people, and everything a festive foresight being expressed to you? Because we look at life and, oh my God, hey, dude. I'd like to think I don't, but I do. You know, and I watch all these so-called super gurus, and they tell me this, and then I look at what they write, and what they do. It all comes from yesterday. But how does it feel? How do you feel when you understand life is unrehearsed, uneducated, unexplained, and unexperienced, free-flowing energy for you to expand through? How do you feel? Does that make you feel excited, scared? You know, one thing I realized every time I was scared, that was just simple. That was just me being afraid of me. See, we're more afraid of our own we're more afraid of looking bad in somebody's eyes and trusting our own talents than to move forward. And that's what my cowboy wisdom hypno acuity is. You expand out of the past, you design your future, you design everything right here. It's right. Well, actually, it's right in here. And see, we try to change my thinking. Well, if you don't change that inner dialogue that comes up from the core, I call mine my core con artist because he's always trying to pull some crap. And you got to listen and pay attention and tell it, nope, we're going to do this. And then you got to rat-a-tat him until he does the rap song. We're going to participate and facilitate today's trend-setting opportunities, dawning adventurous. Yes, I am alive and well, raising some hell today. You know, you got to raise a little hell, pell-mell, some rebellious energy to rise out of yesterday. You know, we always look at troublemakers as they're bad. Troublemakers are this and trouble, but it's troublemakers and rebellious people that rise people out of the mundane, stained, socialized brainwashing of society. And if you look at today and you look at the surface, it's just what it is. It's ready to have some rebellious revelations put forth. But that's what the here and now is. It's unrehearsed. But we're trying to put an educated, manipulated way in the present moment. And how is the world actually slid this way and never went this way? You know, I've been around the self-help personal growth game since 1997, and the more I awaken, the more it stays the same. It's nothing about letting go and realizing you rise out of everything in your gut and in your core chandeliers to move forward and enjoy your life your way. And see, that's the thing. And when you can realize it's unrehearsed, how are you the mega star of your life? That's the thing. The here and now is about you being the mega star with the movie maker magic to produce your dreamers' paradises, your plush desired lifestyle, and moneyed up accomplished outcomes. How are you here to rise and shine? And how are we here to liberate ourselves from everything that happened in socialized ways? As I awaken to this, I really understand. I tried to live the present moment with my boxed in thinking, and they'd had in my perfection programming. How do you try to live your life with perfection programming in an uneducated, unrehearsed, unexplained, and uneducated world? Actually, how is education and business and everybody doing in the unrehearsed, uneducated, unexperienced world? Some ways we're doing good, some days we're failing miserably. And the reason is today we forgot we're so business oriented, we forgot life is about people. And business is people. Business is the biggest business and education are the biggest fallacies in the world. Because business and education is still people communicating with people. And that's what this world has forgot. Life is about people communicating with people, but we're trying to be the third, but we've been taught a third world enslaving mindset, and it's more prominent today, I think, than it was in our ancestors' way of life. And that's what I've opened up to. See, everything you think and know is a foundation of what other people want you to know, want you to do, act. And education and business education lacks the foresight, wisdom, and insight to rise through the unrehearsed, uneducated, unexplained, and unexperienced events, encounters, and experiences. But mostly it never understands out of everywhere dares. And see, that's like the things that appear from out of everywhere. When something happens, it's just it's like a hurricane or a tornado before you could forecast it. That's an out of everywhere there. It's like when you're going down the road, flat tire or something. But it's also winning the lottery. Let's go positive on. It's like winning the lottery. That's an out of everywhere there. Because the mystical mysteries of my life are presented to me from my spirit, the universe, and my wanderer maestro. I like that wanderer maestro that scampers me onto my pathways of enlightenment through chaos, challenges, bliss, unsavory people, and controversy. They initiate the event and encounter experiences for me to rise, shine, and expand, instantly liberating listening, imaging inspirations, asking uplifting questions, elevates my innate trailblazer bravado to entertain my brain with a gamer's gumption, to energize my fashion designer daredevilry, feeling free-flowing artistry, sculpt my dreamer's paradise, plush desired lifestyles, and moneyed up accomplished outcomes. Because I admit and understand my here and now is unrehearsed, uneducated, unexplained, unexperienced extravaganzas for me with a featureless canvas for me to sketch, design, and paint my dreams of my here and now, rising me out of my thinking mind and ingrained memories and representations from the past. As I tried to change the past with the same thinking, knowing, doing the same thing, and with subconscious mind frozen in time, blockages, barriers, limitation, offended emotions, hurt feelings, with all the funky gunk swirling around in my overthinking, rat-a-tat crap, flip-flopping fraudulence creates my insecurity and immaturity. Because thinking and knowing is boxed in effigies, that's images with blame and shame. See, that's one thing of thinking, memory, mind, self help, personal growth, and them. They never let you get out of the shame and blame of it because you're always trying to go back and do something with the person that's involved. Cowboy Wisdom Hypnocuity is going to show you how to appreciate yourself and realize how many times you go in to an event or an experience or an encounter with a preconceived uh, auditory a dialogue going on with yourself. I do. I did. I'm getting way better at it. But the thing is, everybody says they're all of this, but you never see them in their personal life. I speak from my personal life. You know, I'm athletically imperfect and liberated imperfection. Chauffeuring myself through life with wisdom, inspiration, and understanding clarity, with the guts to question everything about myself and my life, because life occurs for me, and I say that to you. And say, how do you try to rehearse your life? You go into your day, and when you wake up in the morning with your day all planned out and it's all rehearsed, then something goes awry. How do you go into the panic, fanatic, mad at the world, and angry and despondent because you're afraid to listen? And something I've noticed in my life, and I really, everything I screwed up on, my deepest inner self says, don't do that. I said, okay, I'm going to do it because I know more. I knew less and it laughed at me. See, my inner self, it laughs at me a lot. And it ain't bashful about laughing at me, but I laugh at me to liberate me from me. See, the world is so stuck on it. Everybody's so stuck on their own thinking and knowing, and the world is just being bestowed in burping BS. But when you really realize right here, right now, it's unrehearsed, unexplained, uneducated, and just unfathomable promise for you to rise. When you realize whatever happened yesterday is over, it's going to begin. But how do people relive? How is today yesterday in your life? I had that a lot. It's way better because I threw thinking, knowing, knowledge, drama, trauma. I threw it in the river, the sewer of never do, to let that poopy doo go away. See, the world has got an awakening coming, and everything that's going on today is going to get an abrupt awakening. And who knows what it is, but when you're willing to understand the present moment is unrehearsed, uneducated, unexplained, and unexperienced, and you open up to your free flowing energy of your spirit prowess, gamer's gumption, heart chutzpah, and soul savvy, your intuition, imagination, innovation, inspiration, understanding you encompass sleek, unique talents, you rise out of it to entertain your brain with your fountain of foresight, ignite your light of life to take flight. Feeling love, invigorate your gamer's hellraiser's tenacity to enjoy today your way. See, life is to be enjoyed and never be, and it's supposed to be relaxing. But there's four things that really scare this world: humor, inspiration, relaxation, and leisurely strolls on the beach. People like it, but they're actually afraid of it, because you know how you can tell when they're afraid of it? They talk about what they got to do. if you ever, I sit and listen. When I listen to people, I listen and I always hear, we got to do this. We got to do this. They can't sit there for 10 minutes and not talk about what they have, not talking about what they have to do. See, we've been taught to be stressed out, in doubt, because oh, I'm going to do this. I got to do this. They're doing this. I got to do this. That's a dissing of your own relaxing leisure time. When you unleash the leisure time, you unwind the divine daredevilry, just to be chauffeured through life on a liminal carpet of easy street living. So what? So how does that feel? Does that energize you when you understand right here, right now, is uneducated, unrehearsed, uh, unexplained, and unexperienced? Because every experience is fresh. We try to do the experiences today from the same way we did yesterday's. This experience is unique to now. That experience was yesterday. And how do you wake up in the morning? Oh, I got to do this today, and I got to do this today, and I got to do this today. Then you just end up in a bad mood. I'm gonna experience this accomplished outcome today, and that you talk about finishing it before you start it, then you don't get caught up in the rat-a-tat crap of yesterday. That's what cowboy wisdom hypnoacuity is. It brings you do everything here and now. You don't do anything back there. And people are always trying to say, you got to heal the past. You got to write letters. I did that. That's a bunch of hogwash. That's probably some of the doopy doo of the poopy doo. But here's the thing, you want to rise out of the past from an experience with somebody, you appreciate the experience, you appreciate the audacity of you to experience it and rise out of it, then that goes away. Forgiveness is a crutch. Change, heal, create, transformation, and forgiveness, they're crutches. Expand, energize, enterprise, experience. Listen, inspiration, question, comprehend, wisdom, and revelations rise you out of the past to understand and appreciate the unrehearsed, the unexplained, the unexperienced, and uneducated of your life. Because you actually open up to the wisdom of your adventurous acumen to expand through present moment and the here and now with natural optimistic wisdom. I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypnoacuity, and Cowboy Wisdom Podcast. Thank you, and may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.